Hello children, today I am going to do direct and inverse variation for class 6 and for class 7. So, you have done what is the meaning of direct variation. We have two or more quantities. Let's suppose take two quantities. If one quantity increases, the other will also increase. If one quantity decreases, the other quantity will also decrease. For example, if 10 books will cost for 20 rupees, then what will be the cost of 15 books? More than 420 rupees. Number of books increase, price will increase. What will be cost of 8 books? Less than 420 rupees, because the number of books has decreased, so the cost will decrease. So this is called direct variation. Let's take another example. Okay, if you're given more time to write an examination, you can write more words. If you get less time to write, you can write only less words, right? Or you can take, for example, volume and temperature. If volume increases, temperature increases, volume increases. If temperature decreases, volume decreases. So simultaneously both go up. If one goes up, the other goes up. If one comes down, the other comes down. That's called direct variation. So first we'll do how do we do sums of direct variation. So like you have cost, price and gain. Okay. So you have cost price increases, right? Gain and selling price will increase, gain will increase, or selling price increases, gain increases. If you are doing it gain, right? So, and you will see that if selling price is more than cost price, then you get gain. If selling price is less than cost price, it is loss. So you will see how we do go about the sums, which are called direct. They are directly proportionate. So we'll say like number of books. So number of books you bought on Monday is directly proportional to the cost of books. So in the first case you bought N1 books, okay, and therefore cost of N1 books is C1 rupees. So this is rupees and this is number of books, The next day you brought N2 books to the same shop, giving the same price per book, and that is C2. So one of them is unknown. Like for example, if I say cost of say 15 books is 240 rupees, what is the cost of say 25 books, right? So I write here, you can write like this. So first the number of books and the cost. Okay, how you do in class, that also I'll tell you. And why I'm doing this, because you can do by the method of direct variation. I give you a direct formula, but still you should not by heart formulas. You understand what I am doing, right? So suppose I say, what did I say? 10 books cost is 240 rupees. You can write this rupees. And now 15 books will cost how much? Okay. So what you do is just suppose this which I am finding, I have to find the cost. So let me write C, or you can write X if you want, whatever variable you want. This is unknown. So the unknown you can write because I am doing cost, so C for cost, or you can write X also. Now you cross multiply and equate them, meaning it is 10 into the cost equals 15 into 240. So in direct variation, you multiply in crisscross manner, right? This into this is equal to, and then you know how to make subjective formula. Another thing which I want to tell you is, children, do not multiply this and then divide. Here it's 10, it's easy. Suppose you have like 256 into 48, and here you have into say 24. Okay, you are multiplying 48 and 256, a big number, and then you are dividing by 24. But 24 and 48 gets cut and becomes 2. but you are multiplying 48. So here, for example, do not multiply. Let it be like that. If you multiply also, you'll get that big answer. So here cost is division. So you have done simple equation. You know how to make C subject to formula. It is 10 times C. So I divide by 10 to remove 10. So therefore 15 into 240 divided by 10. See, it gets cut. Here it's 10, so it's easy. Then 15 fours are 60, 36. This is rupees. That many rupees. Is it clear? So this is crisscross manner. Again, another example I'll give you. Like, where do we do it? Suppose I say like I travel 240 kilometers, right? I travel 240 kilometers in say 12 hours. Just an example. Or I travel 240 kilometers in 18 hours. So I am doing distance and I am doing time. And distance and time are directly proportionate. Why? More the time, more the distance. Less the time, less the distance. So therefore, you have, so distance and time, what did I say? I 240 kilometers. Or let us take some other number. Say 248 kilometers in 12 hours. So how many kilometers I travel in, suppose I say children 6 hours. You don't have to do anything. 6 is half of 12. So distance will be 124 mental. If I ask you how much distance I travel in 4 hours. 4 is 1/3 of this number. So 1/3 of 12 is how much? 1/3 of 12 is 4. So 1/3 of this distance, that will be 82.666. So sometimes if it is double, half, you just have to divide by 2. But that you come to know only by practice, right? So here, suppose I say how much they go in, suppose 8 hours. How much distance is traveled? Now distance is not known. Distance stands for D. So you can write D. Have to find distance. You can put X here also. And you must write what is X. So X is the distance in kilometers. Because this is kilometers, this is ours. So this also should be kilometers. Right? So you can do again crisscross. So this into this will be equal to this into this. That is 248 into 8 is equal to 12 into D. Now what I have to make? My D is on the right side. So I don't have to bring it on the left side. I have to remove 12 to make D alone to find D. And it's multiplication. So I divide by 12, divide by 12. That's why the 12 comes here and becomes division. Because I want to remove 12. It's not addition. If it's addition, I'll subtract to remove 12. 12 plus D to remove 12 minus 12. Right? Here is in times. So I divide by 12. Basically the 12. That's why multiplication, when the multiplier becomes divisor, divisor becomes multiplier. When you change from left hand side to the right hand side or vice versa in equations. So when you are making a certain unknown quantity subject to formula. Right? So here again I told you, do not multiply 248 into 8 and suppose there's another number and multiply it and then divide. No need. I can cancel like this. I can cancel when the sign is multiplication and division, not when addition. Okay. So here you can go, this goes in 4, 4 2s are, 4 3s are, that's all. 3 does not go in this because you add the digits. 6 plus 8 is 14. If sum of digits is not a multiple of 3, it will cannot be divided by 3. Okay. So 2 times this is 496. You should know double of numbers very fast. 48 double is 96 and 200 double is 400. Divide by 3. That is the distance. You do not have to worry because if I travel 12 kilometers the very next hour, it's not that I travel 13 kilometers or very half an hour. It doesn't mean I go a whole number. It can be fractions also. So do not worry about that. Is it clear? So now 3 1s are, 3 6s are, 3 5s are, 0.333 kilometers is the answer. Okay. So basically if you see, right, if you see in direct variation, so you have seen this kind of sums where they are directly proportionate. Suppose the same thing I'll say, say I work 10 hours a day. Okay, if I work 10 hours a day, I take say 10 hours a day, I am paid say 350 rupees per day. So if I work 10 hours a day, I am paid 350 rupees per day, right? So for 10 hours if I work, I am paid 350, okay, not hours a day. So let's say if I work for 10 hours, I get 350 rupees. Now what is the relation between time and, this is time, this and this is cost or rupees or payment, right, or salary or whatever it is. So 10 hours a day, I am paid 350 rupees. So if I work, not a day, say 38 hours or per day, okay, whatever it is. So if I work 10 hours, I get 350 rupees, and therefore if I work for 46 hours, how much I get? Okay, so it's not necessarily I'll always give you. So let us change this to 10. So let us take some numbers which 352 and let us take 14. So if I take work for 14 hours, I am paid 352 rupees. So if I am paid 1255 rupees, how many hours I have worked? Okay, if I am paid this much, or say if I am paid this many rupees, how many hours I have worked? Doesn't matter. What happens when you do unitary method? It becomes very difficult that if the child will start with 14 hours, I get 352 rupees, 1 hour I get 352 divided by 14, and then he got stuck because he started with hours. Teacher said you have to write statements, because he has to start this sum as for 352 rupees I get for working for 14 hours, 1 rupee I get if I work for 14 by 352 hours, and therefore 1255 rupees I get. Then multiply that fraction. So it is very confusing how do I start with? What do I make 1? So but if you know it's direct variation, that means I will write in a formula pattern also once I show you examples. If it's direct variation, what do? Okay, crisscross. I have to find time. So you can write T. Okay, I have to find time. So this time, second time, this is T1, this is cost 1. This is second time T2, and this is cost, second cost, say C2, right? So now I have to find times, crisscross. In direct we do cross multiplication. Okay, that is 14 into 1255 equals 352 into time. Got it? So do not multiply 14 and 1255 and then divide by 352, because that takes a lot of time. Try to cancel as many numbers as possible. Okay, so like try to do cancellation method. So time is right side. Doesn't matter what you have to find, should be on the left side, children. 2x, 3x equals 15. X is this side. So x is 15 by 3, that is 5. But very many people, if 15 is here and 3x is here, why do you think I cannot find x if it is on the right side, children? Equation means if I equated this equal to this, both sides are same. So it doesn't matter if I make, so I can make x subject to formula this side. What you do, you bring the minus here and the minus here and cut the minus and the minus. Or you divide the minus 15 by minus 3 and get the x is 5. There's no rule, children, that any variable I have to find whichever side it is. Let it be there. Do not disturb. Just make it subject to formula. If it has a coefficient, means a number being multiplied with it, so it becomes division. The number becomes the divisor. If it's x divided by 5 equals 2, then 5 becomes multiplier. 5 goes cross multiplication. So therefore, do not do this. Don't waste your time. Do not think that the unknown number has to be on the left hand side. Okay? I don't know why most of the children, especially the young children, feel that or teacher will give wrong if I put x on the other side. No, you can have this same thing. If you have 15 equals 5x, okay, I can divide by 5. 5 comes here, becomes divisor because I can release x from 5 by dividing. So I divide by 5. So this becomes x is 3. Same answer you will get whether x is this side or that side. Okay, there is no rule. You can do a left to right, you can do right to left. Okay, so here also t is on the right side. You don't have to bring 352 to this side and make it minus 352t, and they take this side and make it minus number 1. Second, don't have to multiply this and get a big number. No, I told you how to short divide, right? In my first class. So now this will come here. It becomes divisor. So 14 into 1255 divided by 352 equals 10. Yes, you can cancel with 352. Keep cancelling. Suppose this is how much? This will go in 4. This will not go in 4. So 2 7s, 2 1s, 2 7s, 2 6. Okay, and then you can make this as 88 into 22. Divide by 8 and do it. So however you feel comfortable, you divide. Okay, what I taught you, this is 8 into 22. I can divide by 8, right? And then divide by 22, that's 2 and 11, or you want to long division and do it, it's your wish. Okay, I'll show you another example. Let me finish this sum so I can give you the short division or how to go about this. Okay, so this is called direct variation. Basically, if you have, like suppose I have volume and temperature. Okay, today I took the volume as V1 and temperature was T1. Another day I found out the volume was V2 because temperature increased or decreased, whatever it is, T2. And they are direct variation. So direct variation means volume is directly proportional to, this is a proportional sign. Okay, later on higher classes you will come to know how to solve these sums. Okay, so volume is directly proportional to T means, that means it means V1 by V2 equals T1 by T2. Okay, that is why you do V1 into T2 equals T1 into V2. But small children 6th and 7th, you don't have to go in this way. It's okay for the 9th and 10th. And the people who know the meaning of proportion, because you do it in physics also, right? So here you can just do this. You can do this equal to this also. Just put an equal sign and put a dash and do it. And the other method which I said, we cross multiply. V1 T2 equals V2 T1, and whichever is unknown, make it subject to formula. Out of these 4, 1 is unknown. So if V1 is unknown, it will be V2 T1 by T2. If T1 is unknown, it will be V1 T2 by V2. That is direct variation. Okay. Now suppose I do, this is direct. So basically I want to give you all some exercises later on. Let me introduce and I'll give you some sums. Okay. So now let's take inverse variation. Now second one is inverse. Inverse means if one quantity increases, the other quantity decreases. Okay. That means, for example, man and time. 24 men will take to do a piece of work in 8 days. So how long will, say, 12 men take? Right? They won't take 4 days. They will take more days. So here, if number of men is 24, time is given as, say, 12 days or 8 days. And if less number of men, they take more time. So if one number is increasing, the other quantity is decreasing. Right? 24 men will take 8 days. 1 man will take more days. Otherwise, At the bottom of the building, you'll have only one worker making a whole building if he's going to finish it in less time. You have so many. The more the workers, the work is finished in less time. Yes. So therefore here, more men will take less time, less men will take more time. So if one quantity is increasing, the other decreases. If it decreases, it increases. So that is called inverse. So we write like here, number of men is inversely proportional to time. Days, the time can be in days, hours, minutes, whatever the units of time is. Right? Inversely proportionate. Again, this you'll learn in detail if you go to bigger classes. Right? Another inversely proportional, like you have speed and time. More the speed, less the time. That's why you want to reach some place fast, you go by flight. If you want, okay, I can go peacefully and I can take time, I go by train. Okay? You go. So therefore, why? So more the speed, if you are going 45 kilometers per hour, you take, say, suppose to reach a place, you take 3 hours. Okay? To reach a certain distance from your home to your granny's home. Right? But if you are going at 20 kilometers per hour for granny's home, it will take more time. Am I right? So more speed, less time. Less speed, more time. Inverse. So therefore, what do you do for inverse? So if I say like 12 men take to do a work in 6 days, you just have to write these units. So I'm avoiding you to write statement. Statement is not important. Okay, some places teachers give more marks for statement. The child knows the sum. Because he is not able to express himself, he is penalized for the correct answer also, he gets wrong. So there you get disheartened and you lose interest in mathematics. Children, as long as, according to me, if you understand maths and you show me these steps, that's enough. Here what is it? It's number of men. So let's take number and you have time. Right? And then, so how long will say 32 men take to do the work? How long will 32 men take to do that? In inverse, we multiply this into this. We multiply man 1, day 1. Okay? Here you multiply 12 into 6. This way, horizontally, no crisscross, is equal to 32 into, say, days is D. This I have to find, or you can take that as X. Whatever you want to take, say, days. So now I have to find days in the second case. So therefore again I told you days equal to, it is on the right side, let it be on the right side. Don't waste your time. 12 into 6 divided by 32. 4 3s are, 4 8s are, 2 3s are, 2 4s are. 9 by 4 is 2.25 days. That means the number of days is 2 1/4 of a day. Okay. So